I love Bill Simmons, but bro, you got to eat some crow, dog. You were talking up your boy after 2 weeks. After he seen that Seattle game, almost any Patriot fan was, oh my God, is Cam Newton back? No, fell down back down to earth.
They were like, this seems feisty. I think we got a chance. No, you don't. After like week 4, Cam Newton went back to like Cam Newton, where he has like that 4 good weeks, and then it's like, oh my God, you can't throw the ball anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Max from the Max&JuanCast. We're in the final week of the NFL season. I'm joined by...
Let's go, baby. It's your boy Juan. We back at it again. Football podcast, baby.
This is their last regular season pick podcast. I'll do an update of the standings. We both sucked last week. We both went 9-6 picking games. I'm 45-17. You're 40-22. Are you going to catch up or what?
Look, it's a lockout season, bro. You're like the Heat, all right? It's a lockout.
You mean the Heat? That we dominated that year. They dominated.
It's a short
what are you talking
season.
about?
It's a shortened season, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. What happened? I'm gonna catch up. But man, let's get into it. There's only a few games this week that matter. I have the playoff scenarios, so we can either talk about them now or we can talk about them when they apply to the game. What do you want to do?
I say we talk about them during the games that we pick. So just to clarify what Max said, it's just we're doing our regular pick'ems. Okay, we're going to speed over a lot of these meaningless games, and we're going to go over some awards. Who do we think is going to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, all of that jazz, and that's about it. It's going to be straight football today, guys.
I can't wait to get into it. So let's go to the first game. We got the Miami Dolphins 10-5 at Buffalo Bills 12-3. Buffalo's playing their guys. They want the number 2 seed. So tell me what's going to happen.
I can't believe they want the number 2 seed. I mean, if I was
two home playoff
games,
games.
If I was a coach though, I would want to win any game. To be honest, I wouldn't want my team just to like lay over and just want to lose. I would never want to do that or not care about the game. But I mean, I believe him. Josh Allen's gonna play. Big news out of this game just recently. Ryan Fitzpatrick on the COVID list, so he is not gonna play.
Oh, wow. When did that come out? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that was recent. I want to say it was this morning.
Dang, that's crazy, man. COVID is throwing so many picks like crazy. Last week, we got screwed by the Jets and Browns. 4 wide receivers going out. Yeah, we didn't really plan for that one. But does that change what your pick's going to be?
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
Plays? It definitely changed. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's really going to change. I'm thinking about it, and no, I still got the Bills winning. I got the Bills winning 28-17. I don't trust Tua. I didn't trust Fitzpatrick against the Bills, but especially with Tua, I'm even more confident in the Bills this week.
I'm confident in the Bills. I got the Bills winning 24-20. I do think it's going to be a close game, and I'm counting on Brian Flores kind of managing this game, especially now that Tua's playing. And it's going to be a very, very slow game. I really don't feel like he's going to let Josh Allen throw all around the field like he usually does.
I have a Tua question, but let me just say this really quick. Dolphins win, they're in. Or if the Ravens lose, Browns lose, or Colts lose, they're in. So they do control their own destiny, but even if they lose, they have a chance. So is this a make it or break it game for Tua? Or he still has like a chance next year, basically?
No, he still got a chance, but this is a big test for him. It's going to be huge. This is the biggest game of his pro career so far, by far. He has been managed like a spoiled little kid in one of those like rich families. Like
parents are divorced. Yeah, he gets gifts from both sides.
He's like raising his kid to never learn how to deal with a problem or a mistake. Any type of adversity this guy has faced during the season, he's been pulled anytime. During the Raider game, during the Bronco game, it's been multiple times when Ryan Fitzpatrick has came in. And it's obvious that this team is way more, not the team, I would say the offense. The offense in general, when Ryan Fitzpatrick is in, is just more dynamic. And that's the facts.
Tua's scared to throw deep, and I think we both think that's because of his arm strength. He doesn't have a big arm. It's not completely accurate, and he's a small guy. You can see in games with big defensive lines, big offensive lines, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle. And that's why I don't have faith in the Dolphins winning this week.
This game, though, for Tua, he's played in bigger games in college. Am I right?
Yeah, bigger games in college, like the college football playoff, and even when he came in as relief for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, so there shouldn't be an excuse for this guy on the spotlight's too big. He's been in bigger situations. We all know about the fan situation. It's not going to be a hostile crowd or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. What's the next game, Max?
We got Ravens at the Bengals. Bengals have nothing to play for. They're 4-10-1. Ravens are 10-5. Ravens win, they're in. What's going to happen, Juan? You go ahead.
The Bengals showed some heart after Burrow got hurt for the first time against the Steelers on Monday Night Football. There's not going to be many eyes on this game as that one. They're 4-10-1. The Ravens are rolling. They're looking good. They made a running back switch with J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. They're getting the majority of the workload now, and it's paying off for them. The only thing that scares me about
it's a night and day difference.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
It's a night and day difference.
It's a huge difference. And I really like J.K. Dobbins, to be honest.
I like the combination of both. I love the sledgehammer effect of Edwards. Like, that dude's a load to take down. And then J.K. Dobbins is like it's like the smash and dash thing we always talk about, right? Like, even the Packers whipped it out last week. And I feel like there's so many bruisers now. Like, they're kind of becoming a thing again.
Yeah. I like the Ravens in this game, 17-30. I don't think it's going to be that close. The Ravens get in. I see them getting in.
I got 32-20. I just don't think there's anything that's going to stop the Ravens from rolling over the Bengals. Maybe if Burrow played, I would think they had a chance to be a spoiler, but the Ravens are rolling right now. Lamar's looked good. Ever since that win against the Browns on Monday night where he came running out of the bathroom or locker room, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that really changed their season, that Monday Night Football. That was huge because they knew that they can beat a good team. The Browns are a good team, whether you want to admit it or not. Let's move on to that game. We got the Steelers 12-3 at Cleveland, and Cleveland's 10-5. What's the scenario, Max, for this one?
Browns win, they're in. If the Colts lose or Titans lose, they're also in. I think the Browns are going to win this game. Big Ben's resting, right?
Yeah, Mason Rudolph is going to start this game.
Honestly, if I were the Steelers, I would have played Big Ben. They haven't looked great the last 4 weeks. I know they had a good second half against the Colts and literally snatched the Colts season potentially. I got the Browns winning 21-17. I feel like the lack of Big Ben is just too big to overcome, and Mason Rudolph sucks. Hopefully Myles Garrett doesn't do anything crazy, though.
Yeah, I like the Browns also, 31-24. One thing that with the Steelers that you're talking about, I really do feel like if they would have lost that Colts game and they would have won the division regardless whether they won or lost because the Browns lost last week to the Jets, I feel like Big Ben would have played in this game. But they had a really good game last week against the Colts. It was a really good game for Big Ben and the offense in the second half. And I feel like they have a little bit of confidence going into the playoffs just off of that game.
Definitely. With the Colts last week, they looked like they were in control of the game. And Pittsburgh looked like they were displaying the problems that have been plaguing them since they started, 11-0, right?
Yeah. And even though they didn't run the ball like we're making fun of them last week, hey, they go in there and they do their thing. They don't run the ball. They pass the ball all over the place. But, hey, it works.
Well, the important thing is Juju can dance again.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Juju.
Because that changes their whole team when he dances pregame on the other team's logo.
Yeah. You think they would have been still dancing if they would have lost that game but still won the division?
No, they would not have been dancing. I think the Browns would have been dancing on the Steelers' grave.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's move on. We got 2 straight meaningless games. We got the Vikings, who are 6-9. They're officially eliminated at Detroit, who is also eliminated. The Lions are 5-10.
I just want to say, I send out my condolences to Dalvin Cook. His father passed away at, I think he was like 40s, like way too young. It's not really going to change the aspect of this game for me, but it just sucks, you know?
Yeah, that sucks, bro. I did hear about that. It sucks that he can't show them a little bit more in the playoffs because the Vikings just can't do it because they have their coaches coaching one of the worst defenses he's ever had. So
Quoting him right there. Just too many injuries and not enough talent on this team.
yeah, who do you got?
I got the Lions 23-20. I just think the Vikings are just done, and I feel like they've kind of quit on the season. Like when you give up 6 rushing touchdowns to Alvin Kamara, like it's over for you. Like even if Dalvin Cook played, I still would have picked the Lions.
Wow, that's crazy. I still got the Vikings. I do not like the secondary for the Lions. I look for Justin Jefferson to score a little bit more touchdowns with Thielen, Kirk Cousins to have a good game. I got Vikings 31-21. Moving on to the 2-13 Jets, who
This game could have had meaning, but they ruined it.
at the New England Patriots, who are a whopping 6-9. This is officially the second game that they're playing at home where no playoff contention is there. What a change of
Kind of
events.
crazy. They had 20 years, you know. Like this is normal for most teams, you know. Patriot fans have been spoiled for 20 years. You know, you can take it for 1 year of just being mediocre
Yeah.
and having a crappy year.
Freaking deal with it. Earn your stripes, Patriot fans.
Fake Patriot fans out there abandoning ship.
Oh, yeah. You seen them in the beginning of the season. Cam Newton, baby, Superman. Freaking
Super bum.
Look, I love Bill Simmons, but, bro, you got to eat some crow, dog. You were talking up
I
your
know.
boy after 2 weeks. After he seen that Seattle game, almost any Patriot fan was, oh, my God, is Cam Newton back? No. Fell down back down to earth.
They were like, this team's feisty. I think we got a chance. No.
Yeah, no.
You don't. After like week 4, Cam Newton went back to like Cam Newton, you know, where he has like that 4 good weeks, and then it's like, oh my God, he can't throw the ball anymore.
Yeah. But considering what they had, especially on the offensive end with Cam Newton, who can't throw the ball over 20 yards, and they have no playmakers on the outside, 6-10 or 7-9 is pretty damn good.
This was a hell of a coaching job by Bill Belichick. If they had a decent quarterback, I feel like they would have been feisty. But Cam Newton just fell off the face of the earth after, week 3, week 4?
Yeah.
And Stidham's a bigger bum than anyone thought because apparently he's so good. He can't even beat out Cam Newton, who can't throw the ball.
Yeah, that was fake news. # fake news. Yeah, and on the Jets end, look, they had a good...
Dude, they're hot.
They had a good little streak, but it ends. Frank Gore's not playing, future Hall of Famer. And Quinn Williams, who's probably their best player on defense, he's on IR. He's not going to play. So I got the Pats winning this game 20-16.
The Patriots are coming off a loss. They lost last week, right?
Yeah, they got blown out on Monday Night Football to the Bills.
The Patriots are coming off getting blown out to the Bills. They lost the week before to the Dolphins, and their streak of losing in the AFC East continues. I got the Jets winning this game. They're coming off 2 straight wins. They're hot, bro. Darnold's throwing that thing. Give me the Jets. 24-17. Little Jets revenge against Belichick.
Well, if they win that game, no. It doesn't really matter. Wow. They'll still have the second overall pick. So, yeah, they could win.
They already ruined it. What are they playing for?
No, but I'm saying maybe they were playing for the
Darnold.
second pick, and maybe they probably can drop further than that, but it's fine. There's a lot of four win teams out there, so they'll be fine. They locked up the second pick for sure.
I mean, they already messed up their season, right? So you might as well mess it up a little more and get another win.
Yeah. Well, moving on to probably one of the biggest games of the week. Cowgirls. Sorry, Cowboys. We got the Dallas Cowboys, who are 6-9 at the New York Football Giants, who are 5-10. Both of these teams are able to make the playoffs. Max, why don't you give us those scenarios?
The Cowboys clinch with a win and a Washington loss. The Giants clinch with the win and a Washington loss also. So, they need some help from my Philadelphia Eagles.
Look, I just know Cowboy fans are going to be the biggest Eagle fans on Sunday night. They're going to be hoping. I like the Cowboys in this game. I have not liked what I've seen from the Giants. They haven't looked good since what the
Cardinal game?
the Cardinal game. Really, when they won that game, that was the last game they really looked good.
I feel like Daniel Jones' injury is just plagued this team
Yeah.
because they needed him, and it's not his fault. You know, you get injured, it's football, but he hasn't looked mobile since. And that mobility they need it because they're not an explosive offense. Wayne Gallman's not explosive. Evan Ingram's hit or miss. He's banged up, and he always vanishes down the stretch, it feels like. I got the Cowboys winning 31-13. I feel like the Giants are too banged up, but they had a pretty good year, all things considered, I would say.
Man, how happy are Cowboy fans gonna be rising from the dead and potentially making the playoffs?
Yo, I don't think Dak's coming back. The Cowboy fans are gonna talk themselves into Andy Dalton.
And I believe this is gonna be the first time whoever makes the playoffs, whether it's the Cowboys, Giants, or football team, all those teams started off 3-7. There's never been a team in NFL history to start off 3-7 and make the playoffs. So it is gonna happen. It just depends on what team's gonna have that history by their name. I got the
It's great to know that these teams are making history. It's just great to know that these awful teams that are first round and out.
But look, I look, the Giants defense looked really bad last week. It was the first time I seen them get demoralized, and I really like their players. Like we said, I love their front four. James Bradbury is playing amazing this year. Probably a candidate for an All-Pro. He's already made the Pro Bowl. But
Baby Norman.
yeah, baby Norman. But I got the Cowboys winning. Similar score, 31-17.
I feel like the Cowboys have too many weapons. And did you see Zeke show signs of life last week? I think he got like Tony Pollard. He's like, oh my God, that guy's actually
Just
good.
a little bit.
I might actually have to try.
Yeah, Tony Pollard kind of lit a fire up his ass. Maybe that's what he needs.
Do you think he has over 100 rushing yards? I don't think so. I think he goes back down to earth after that 1 week
if
showing.
If he does, they win. They don't need Zeke to play that well. They'll be fine. They're gonna win this game passing the ball because they need to use those three receivers that they have in Gallup, Coop, and CeeDee Lamb.
I think that's the best receiving core in the league. It just sucks that Andy Dalton's not that good and Dak got hurt. But hey, I'm telling you, if Andy Dalton wins this game and they make the playoffs, Cowboy fans are going to talk themselves into maybe this team can go on a run.
And look, all these teams are in great position. I would love to come to week 16, have a chance to win your division. So regardless, if you have a bad record, you still might get into the playoffs. And if you lose, hey, you're 5-11, and you still have a really good damn draft pick. So that's the beauty of it. Moving on to another team who has a really good receiving core, the Atlanta Falcons, who are a whopping 4-11 at Tampa Bay. The Bucks just beat the hell out of the Lions last week. With
that game was a scrimmage, a practice game, whatever. That was embarrassing.
Do you know if Brady's playing in this game? I'm not sure.
I haven't seen anything that says he's not or that he is, so I have no idea. I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the game. When you say good receiving core, I thought you were talking about the Bucks with Godwin, Evans, and Antonio Brown and Scotty Too Hottie Miller.
Scotty Too Hottie Miller, I like that.
Got to trademark that one.
I'll give you that one. That one's good. But hey, look, the Bucks are so lucky because I'm looking at a lot of the playoff scenarios. They're gonna play the winner of the NFC least hashtag, but they're gonna either play football team, Cowboys, or the Giants. They can beat all those teams.
That's probably better than being the 2 seed.
Yeah, they're
considered.
in the. I swear, dude, it just works out for Brady. It seems like. I swear it a perfect match made in heaven with the 4th seed. You would think that would be bad, and they'll have to play someone like good, but
no, they don't.
Yeah, the
they
NFC
have to play
East
bump.
just sucks. It's so bad. I got the Falcons winning this game. I don't think the Bucks are gonna play all out, especially if they have to play football team next week, because that's the only team that has a chance, really, because they have the best pass rush. So they'll be able to get to Brady. That's how you're going to beat the Bucks.
Definitely. I think that's the recipe for beating like most quarterbacks, but especially Brady, one that's not going to move around, and we've seen him kind of shy away from contact. What was the score of the game?
27-13.
I got the Falcons blowing this game because typical Falcon stuff. 24-31. I got the Bucs winning.
I don't blame you, man. Now that I'm kind of saying it, Falcons suck. It's hard to bet with the Falcons because they suck and they choke. It's a horrible combination.
That, and then they play good against the teams they had. Like last week, they had no business being close against Kansas City, but sure enough, here they come. Yeah. Like, oh, we'll play hard against this team.
That's like you said. It's typical Falcons. Moving on. Packers 12-3, coming off that big win in Lambeau against the Titans at Chicago, who's 8-7 and riding the Trubisky train, aka the Trubisky.
You gotta risk it for the Trubisky. The Packers need a win. They need the 1 seed. If they get the 1 seed, I think they're probably gonna make it out of the NFC. Playing in the snow, the cold Lambeau winters, no one wants to deal with that. And the Bears also need to win, or they're going to lose control of their own destiny. Because right now they have the playoff seed, right?
Yeah, they're in.
Is there a scenario though if they lose, they're still in?
I believe if the Cardinals lose, they're in. If they lose.
Okay, damn man, this sucks for the Bears. I bet they're wishing, man, why couldn't Green Bay just rest everybody? But do you think this game's going to be close? I think it's going to be close because both teams are playing great. We saw signs from A.J. Dillon, who had a monster game in the cold against the Tennessee Titans.
Look, I don't buy it. I think this is where the Trubisky train stops to a complete halt. The Packers are a good team. This is typical territory where the Packers blow out the Bears. Okay, the only thing that scares me is that they are playing at Chicago. That grass is terrible. But
we should do like a 30-minute podcast chronicling the history of that grass and how it's been terrible for 20 years.
It's terrible.
Probably longer.
It's one of the worst fields out there.
It's been like that since we were kids too, which I don't understand. Like, you guys can't grow grass. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's bad. I got the Packers winning though. I don't see the Bears competing with them, especially if the Packers have something to play for. Packers 35-17.
I think the Bears are going to come out on fire, and they're going to keep this game close, but then Aaron Rodgers is going to make magic happen and solidify his case for MVP. I got the Packers winning 17-13. It's going to be a close game. The Bears are desperate, bro, and I don't think you should underestimate a desperate team.
They are desperate, but I just don't think they're that good at the end of the day. I think it's fool's gold. It's fun. It's fun and interesting to see how Trubisky is playing, and everyone all of a sudden is being a Trubisky savior with all this talk. Like
they believe.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are saying, stop giving the guy so much shit, bro. Like he's good. Like compared to all the other draft picks. Like look. Just because he's been playing a couple good games doesn't mean that you can't. You have to take out all the other bad games that he's had. Yeah, he's had a good record since his rookie year, but look, this is a really good team in the Packers. Okay, the Bears, I don't see them as a physical team on offense. Okay, so as far as the Bears being able to run the ball, I don't see it. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball because that's a big part of their success right now in this little winning streak. David Montgomery has been playing out of his mind. This is what people were expecting from him when they drafted this guy in the 3rd round.
He's looked fast. I don't know how he suddenly got fast. He doesn't look like the slowest running back in football. I know this isn't like a huge pickup by the Packers because maybe like 3 years ago, they added Snacks Harrison.
Yeah, because he got cut, correct?
Yeah, by the Seahawks, or they didn't dress him and he asked to be released. I just want to say, I like how the Packers kind of realized they're kind of soft against the run, and they're adding a big body. I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah. And then I like Jaheir Alexander on the outside matchup with Allen Robinson.
Oh, Jair, yeah, he's gonna lock down Allen. Allen can't run, but he is big, so maybe he'll get like a couple contested catches, and
So I mean,
Jimmy Graham might have a revenge game.
no.
The Jimmy Graham revenge game.
I don't see it
angle?
though. Who else are they going to throw to after Allen Robinson? Anthony Miller?
One of those like super average receivers they have. Anthony Miller. Who's the other one they have? Mooney. Who's the one who socked
Wims,
out Charlie Gardner Johnson?
Like that.
Wims, whatever. It's gonna be tough for the Bears. If the Bears win, I'm gonna be really impressed. But I think Aaron Rodgers is too much, and the Packers are too good of a team.
And like you said, I do agree. Aaron Rodgers is gonna put a stamp on this MVP talk. I really do think he wants it. This whole season has been really fueled by Jordan Love.
Dude, low key, that's a great angle to come in it from. Jordan Love, low key, should be MVP. He fueled Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, look, from the get-go, he wasn't happy about it. He came out with a vengeance. A lot of people were saying, hey, you guys were a fluke last year. Look, they're going to go 13-3 potentially back-to-back years. So don't question the Aaron Rodgers magic, because he's fantastic. He's a future Hall of Famer. We'll get more into him once we start talking about MVP.
Well, if he wins it, does he get to make the first round pick for the Packers next year? I think he should be able to. I think he should be able to pick whoever he wants.
No, I wouldn't say that, but
he should get a first round wide receiver. I think he should be allowed at least 1 year in his career have one.
That is very fair, and it's sad that he hasn't had one. But
and he still makes magic.
Yeah, it's bad. The one thing that's with the Packers is we've seen this though over the years. They have had good records, and some way or another they find a way to lose in the playoffs. And whether it's to Seahawks magic or getting beat down by the 49ers, it's been a while since Aaron Rodgers has been back to that Super Bowl. He's only been to one. So we'll see what happens.
Do you want to move on to two non-playoff teams, especially one that's near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, we can't put Super Bowl in the same sentence as for these two teams this year.
Definitely. John Elway, he's rolling in his grave here and that. We got the Oakland. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We got the Las Vegas Raiders at Denver Broncos. Raiders are 7-8. Broncos are 5-10. They're a mile high. I'm going to start this game. I usually give you the runway on this, but let me start. The Raiders are going to go 8-8. Mediocrity has defined the Raiders season start to finish. They've had some highs. They've had some lows. The Broncos just suck. Drew Lock's a bum. I had some faith in him, but it's all gone out the window since he came back from COVID. Raiders winning 22-17.
I want to pick the Raiders, but I don't see it, man. And even though this game is meaningless and it has nothing to do with any playoff whatever, I think it is telling for the Raiders, because I'm interested to see how this team comes out after that loss. Because, hey, look, these players are not robots. These players watch television. They listen to radio just as much as the average fan sometimes. And a lot of these guys are going to be looking at Gruden like, hey, are you the problem? Like, we have all this talent, and are you the problem? And guys can be thinking like that. I hope they don't. But this game is going to be telling on how they feel. Because if they go out in Denver, where they haven't won in a long time, it's going to be cold, and they lay an egg, that's going to be really telling on how much faith they have in Gruden. And it's going to look like they really gave up on the season and gave up on Gruden. And I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that's going to happen just off the pure fact of Carr. Carr's going to play hard regardless. But I got the Broncos winning. This Raiders defense is terrible. I got them winning 31-28.
The reason I said Oakland, I was thinking back to when Gruden wore the wrong hat to the game. That's why I made that mistake. It's all Gruden's fault.
I really don't
It's not
see
my
why
fault.
that was a big deal, to be honest.
It wasn't at all. Big deal. It's the same hat.
I know.
Who cares?
I didn't see it that much of a big deal. Hey, he was wearing a vintage hat. It's all good.
Yeah, I know. Social media, they grasp onto anything. They got no life.
Yeah. Moving on to a team that has no life.
Yeah. No, what you mean they got life? They have life. They got Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, look. All right.
What are
I'm
you
talking
talking
about the
about?
2020 season, not 2021. All right.
Oh, okay.
We got the Jags.
Look.
We got the Jags who are 1-14. Got Trevor Lawrence, locked them up at Indianapolis, who is fighting for a playoff spot. They're 10-5. What's gonna happen, Max?
Well, let me take you through the scenario because it's kind of confusing. So the Colts can still win the division. Colts win and the Titans lose, they win the division. The Titans win, they get the division. So if the Titans win, the Colts can still make the playoffs if they win and the Ravens, Browns, or Dolphins lose. I can't believe the Colts don't control their own destiny. It's kind of insane because I still think they're one of the better teams. I think they're better than the Ravens. They're better than the Browns. They're better than the Dolphins. And they've just kind of had some bad luck.
Yeah, it's been crazy. A 10-6 team's not going to make the playoffs this year. The AFC was loaded. It sucked to be an AFC team this year.
If I'm a Colts fan, I'm going to look at whoever wins the NFC least and just be like so pissed off. I'm like, these bums made it. These bums.
Man, that's tough. I have the Colts winning. The Jags suck. The Colts are going to take care of business. It's not going to be close. James Robinson is out. That's their best player. So I got Colts winning 38-13.
I got the Colts winning 28-14. The Colts are going to take care of business. They're not showing the scores during the game, so the players aren't going to be watching the scores. So hopefully they'll just go out there and take care of business.
That's the best way to do it. I would love to do that if I was a player or coach. I would not want to know until after the game. I want to finish business what we got in front of us. So I love that.
I mean, all they can do is win.
Yeah, exactly.
You
They
gotta do
can
what's in
only
your
control.
power. You can't control.
Yeah, they can only do what they can control, and that's simply win the game. That's the only thing they can do, and hope for the best. Moving on to the
one team that's not going to have to worry about anything because they're 14-1, playing the Chargers, who are 6-9.
Yeah,
they're in Kansas City. Anthony Lynn might have a job because Herbert's going to save it. The only thing about this game I'm looking forward to is watching Justin Herbert just continue this amazing rookie campaign. I feel bad for Justin Jefferson because Herbert's got the award. I think even if Burrow played, he'd get the award. He has like 30 touchdowns and like 5 interceptions or 6. That's insane for a rookie.
Yeah. One thing that Herbert has over him is he's a quarterback. And we know what happened.
Oh,
you know how the NFL loves their quarterbacks.
Saquon Barkley rolling in his grave to Baker Mayfield.
Josh Jacobs rolling in his grave, dog.
He didn't even get a vote, bro.
That is sorry. NFL's a joke when it comes to those awards sometimes, man. And it's so political. It's outrageous, man.
It's quarterback centric.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's whoever the poster child and who they can advertise the best. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
Is Mahomes playing? Do you know?
No, he's sitting, and I'm sure Sammy Watkins is probably going to sit. He's banged up. Tyreek Hill has a hamstring. He's been on the injury report a few weeks. He's probably not going to play that much. I got the Chargers winning 28-17. They can't blow this game because no one's going to play for the Chiefs. Just rest them. There's no point. I know the Chiefs haven't looked good, but they do that. They just take their foot off the gas. They're the Warriors.
Yeah, I love how people say like the Chiefs are having a hard time closing. I'm like, bro, they're 15-1. How do they? That's all they've been doing all year is closing out games. Teams that have problems closing out are the Chargers. That's a team who doesn't know how to close. With that said, I have the Chiefs winning this game. I feel like it's going to be still a close game without all the Chiefs players.
What, Chad Henne?
Yes, I do feel I do feel like it. I got the Chiefs winning 26-24.
So in your scenario, the Chargers blowing this game?
Yeah. I don't see them winning. And Bosa's out. That's their best defensive player. So I don't see them.
Well, I mean, at least their best offensive players out for the Chiefs. I feel like this week's going to either I'm going to take a huge lead or you're going to catch up. I wish Herbert and Mahomes were playing, but we're not going to get it. But we're going to get that matchup, the next 10 years at least?
Yeah, and until Herbert gets a good head coach.
What are you talking about? They're 6-9. It's respectable. Even though they blew 5 of those losses.
They might go 7-9, potentially.
And they blew, 5 games? They could have easily went 12-4.
Yeah, that's tough. That record can... I don't know about 12-4, but they can easily have gone 10-6. They would have just closed out some games.
You want to move on to the next one? It's a marquee game.
Yep. On the NFC side, because the NFC got just a bunch of teams in the mix. We got the Cardinals, who are 8-7, at the Rams, who are 9-6. And just to note, not playing with Goff this week. Goff is officially out.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Also, no Cooper Kupp, no Darrell Henderson, and I looked at the injury report. Every Rams running back's on it. So, geez.
Me and you would say that's a great thing. But I don't even know who is their backup.
Oh, it's like some dude named Walford. He played in the AAF. He was a killer. I'm like, maybe you guys could invest in a veteran backup like Andy Dalton. I don't know. You guys are pretty good.
I remember they had
Seems
Sean
like
Hill
be
for a while.
Move. Sean Hill, did he even make the trip out to LA? But look, Kyler's banged up too. Lower leg injury. He's playing. He has to play. I'll give you the scenario. Rams clinch with the win or a Bears loss. The Cardinals clinch with a win. So Cardinals win and they're in. And I think the Rams probably fall out in that scenario.
Yeah, so the only way the Rams are in, though, is if the Bears lose.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Well, the Rams, I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
Rams win, they're in. But if they lose, the only chance they got of getting in is if the Bears lose.
God, sometimes this stuff gets so complicated for no reason.
Week 17. Look, it's been worse before. Luckily there's no drama for the number 1 pick. Thanks a lot, Jets. But
who do you got winning?
I got the Cardinals. It's gonna be close though. I do feel like it's gonna be close, even though the Rams got a backup quarterback. Cardinals winning 19-17.
I got the Cardinals winning 24-23. I think the Rams defense is going to just keep this game in arm's length, but they're just going to lose it because the offense and no quarterback.
Exactly.
If Cliff Kingsbury can't beat the Rams with no Goff, no Kupp, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That would really make me question Cliff Kingsbury's head coach.
This is going to be a horrible loss if the Cardinals can't get away with this one because the Rams are decimated. Yeah, the Rams got a great defense, and they have the matchup with Hopkins and Ramsey, but you got to beat this team. No Goff. A lot of their running backs are no-go. They're missing their best receiver. It's no excuse, man. They should win. Does all that Kyler Murray magic kind of go away if he loses? Do people look at him different?
No, I think he'll get a pass because of the injury. I really do. And I think that's part of it. He's been banged up this year. I think he covers up a lot of the discrepancies in the Cardinals game. They're not really an amazing running team, but since they have Kyler Murray, they get away with it. They're not great at pass blocking, but Kyler Murray can make 8 guys miss on a play, so they get away with it. Do you think it'll change if they lose?
Yeah, I would feel like it'll change. Yeah, he's banged up, but he can still be great just by a pocket quarterback. Yeah, I know, and make some so different dynamically just with the whole running ability, but he can still be a pocket quarterback. He's accurate enough to do it, but
I don't think he should be a pocket quarterback against this Rams D-line.
It's going to be
tough. Especially
tough.
with Donald.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but look, you have the best receiver in the game, arguably. Top 3 at least with Hopkins. Okay, so Hopkins, hey, you've been getting bullied by Ramsey the last couple of times. You got to win this week. Playoffs on the line. It's a big game for Hopkins.
I mean, going back to Jacksonville versus the Texans, these guys know each other. Just another time they face each other into the book, and let's see who wins it.
Yeah, that one's going to be exciting to watch. Moving on to the Seahawks, who I believe still got a chance at the first seed, magically. A lot of teams have to lose.
The Packers and Saints have to lose, I believe, and then they get it if they win.
Exactly.
They're playing the Niners. Niners are 6-9, just so injury ridden. Seahawks are 11-4. I think the Seahawks are going to win 20-17. Niners had a good year, all things considered. They're just too hurt.
Look, I'm going with the Niners. Niners, they looked good last week. They got Kittle back. I do feel like that's a big addition to them. It brings a whole different dynamic to their offense. I got the Niners winning 31-28.
I'm shocked. I can't believe it. And the Seahawks defense has been balling the last 5 weeks. They really have changed.
Yeah, I like the Niners, man. The Seahawks are good and they look good these last couple weeks, but the Niners just match up very well with the Seahawks.
They do. That D-line, even though they're banged up, they're still pretty good. Saleh knows the Seahawks scheme. Should be a good game, honestly. It sucks that both teams have lost key guys, especially the Niners.
Yeah. Moving on to the Saints, who are 11-4, also looking to get that number 1 seed and home field advantage in the NFC playoffs.
I don't think they can because the Packers beat them.
Oh, you are correct. Yeah, so the Saints are locked in for the number 2, correct? No.
Correct.
No, I think they have to they potentially can get the 3 with the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, they can fall, but they can't go past 2.
Yeah. So they're locked in for 2 and 3, but they're at Carolina. Carolina's out of contention, obviously. They're 4-11. Who do you got, Max?
I got the Saints 31-18. Panthers suck. Matt Rule's a good coach so far. I shouldn't say he's good, but he had a good season. So many injuries, no Christian McCaffrey. Panthers just need to get some more talent. They're going to be good next year, I feel like.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting next year for them. It's going to be a very interesting talk for offseason discussion about the Panthers on what they can do potentially. But I'm on the same boat. I got the Saints. I got it being a little bit closer. I got it going Saints 26, Panthers 24. I just really like that Panthers defense. And I feel like they're going to make some noise this week, but they'll probably still lose because their offense is not as good. Sorry. Moving on to the Titans and Texans. Like we said, Titans win. They win their division. And if they lose, they need the Colts to lose.
Yeah, if the Colts aren't going to lose. I'm saying that right now. Titans need to win this game. Derrick Henry's 233 yards away from 2,000. Is he going to get there? I mean, I wouldn't bet against it. It's Derrick Henry.
That's an interesting bet. I would. That would be great if he did get 2,000 yards. I'm rooting for him. I love Derrick Henry. I got Titans winning this game. I really do. It's gonna be a close game, but the Texas defense sucks, man. It sucks, and their receivers.
J.J. Watt's calling people out,
and their receivers.
He's so good.
Their receivers are even worse. Kiki, do you love me, Kuti?
That's a good one too. That is a good one too.
And yeah, it's Deshaun. I feel for you, dog. No first round pick for the Texans, so it doesn't matter if they win or lose.
Top 5 pick going to the Dolphins. Attaboy Texans.
Attaboy Bill. Attaboy Bill gonna be sitting. Is he sitting on the recliner this weekend, just smiling with a big old smile with a beer in his hand?
He's like the Joker from The Dark Knight. He just wants to watch the world burn at this point.
Is he drinking hard liquor or is he drinking a beer? Which one?
No, he's drinking a hard liquor like bourbon or something.
Oh, man. I got the Titans winning.
Is the game close?
Yeah, I got the Titans winning 30-20. 10-point game. So relatively close.
I got the Titans winning 24-22 just because of how much faith I got in Deshaun. I feel like someone's going to mess it up for him, though, like a fumble by a receiver or bad snap. Something like that is going to happen. So typical.
Yeah. Moving on to the game of the week. Max.
Last game.
Your Eagles in prime time. They got a big job on their hands. They got football team who's 6-9, who control their own destiny. They win the division, and they're in the playoffs, and they got a date with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles, obviously out of contention, and 4-10-1, but obviously if they win, either the Cowboys or the Giants are in, depending on who wins that game. So, football team, cut Dwayne Haskins this week after the abysmal performance that he had. And we're not talking about the strip club. We're talking about the actual game he played. They're going to have the AAF quarterback playing, who Chase Young thinks is a baller. And I think he's going.
No, Alex Smith's probably going to start, they said. He's probably going to start. They're pretty optimistic he's going to play.
I hope he does, okay? I'll have so much more faith of football team if Alex Smith plays. Scary Terry's playing, correct?
He should be, yeah. It's probable.
So who do you got? You got your Eagles? What's going to happen?
No, I haven't picked them. I haven't picked them since we started. I'm not going with them now. Football team 13-10.
Yeah, it is going to be a very close game. It's going to be a good game. I like it. Good test for Jalen Hurts.
I think so, especially with his crappy O-line and the football team's amazing D-line. I think the Eagles are just done this year. They already threw in the towel. Just 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Let's go.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. Oh man! Shout out to Patrick Beverly. I got football team winning by 1 point, 21-20. I got to be in a close game. I got to be in a great game, whether Alex Smith or the AFF quarterback plays. I got football team having a dance with the Tampa Bay Bucks next week.
Wow, I can't wait for the playoffs. It's going to be such a good time, and I'm glad neither of our teams are in there, so we don't have to sweat it out.
Well, I'm kind of used to that.
Sweat out the draft at this point.
So I'm kind of used to watching other teams.
I've had a good 4 years, so it's been nice.
Oh, man. Well,
do you want to get into some awards really quick before we you know what? Let's do the college real quick.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about some of those college games we've seen. Kyle Trask. My guy, what happened?
Dude, I thought OU was bad. Apparently not. Spencer Rattler throwing dots all over here. Trask had, 3 interceptions in the first quarter? I know Kyle Pitts didn't play, but geez, come on, Florida. I mean, let's go over the 2 college football playoff games. Number 1, Bama playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame's favorite tradition is to get smacked in big games, typical of them. Clemson's done it to them twice recently. And we got Clemson versus Ohio State Buckeyes. I got Bama. I'm not even going to go into this game. Notre Dame sucks.
Yeah, Notre Dame. It was just weird this year with the whole COVID situation. Some teams played more than others. Trevor Lawrence didn't play in that game where Notre Dame won. That's what really put them on the map. I got Bama also. Who do you got in the Clemson game?
I'm going with Clemson. You know I'm a Clemson guy. I just want to say, though, Bama's going to blow them out. It's not even going to be close. And I think Clemson's going to blow out Ohio State. Ohio State's played 5 games or 5 or 6. They didn't look that good against Northwestern. I got faith in Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I got faith in Trevor Lawrence also. Just on the contrary, Max was saying that his team is Clemson in college. My team is Ohio State. I like Justin Fields. I really do. It's hard to evaluate him with only 5 games. But Trevor Lawrence is too much. The defense for Clemson is too much. I just hope he doesn't have a game like Kyle Trask. Who's going higher? If Justin Fields has a great game, and he loses, obviously, because I don't think he's going to win, who's going to go higher, Kyle Trask or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. I think he's way too good to be considered in that tier of Kyle Trask is in. Kyle Trask had, what, is his first year, really, that he's been good?
Yeah. Hey, Heisman candidate.
I mean, the Heisman is such a narrative-based thing. I know Florida kind of came back onto the map. They haven't been good since, Tim Tebow left. So, it's a nice story, but Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence are the 2 best quarterbacks. And Trevor Lawrence is in a class of his own, and then it's Justin Fields at the top of the class, and Kyle Trask may be in the class.
Does that drop Kyle Trask out of the first round with the performance he had?
I don't know if he was first round before.
Really?
It could, yeah. I didn't think he was that good. I feel like the guy from BYU is better, and the guy from I think like North Dakota State or South Dakota State, one of those Dakota schools.
Yeah.
Trey
Lance.
Lance.
Big arm guy. Yeah, I did not like what I seen from Kyle Trask. It was bad. Shout out to the diehard Niner fan. He knows who he is. I know his stock has completely fallen from Kyle Trask because he was convinced that the 49ers were going to pick him up.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that, honestly. You still got Garoppolo, who's apparently the franchise guy, but we'll see.
A final little note on college football. Did you see what I posted on our Instagram for the Wisconsin game in the locker room?
Oh, my God. That's a tough look for that whole team, that whole state.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine one of the players dropping the Lombardi or like the Larry O'Brien in basketball?
But like it shatters? No, I can't imagine that. That's
I
so
would
bad.
love to hear the sound that Larry O'Brien will make dropping it on the hardwood, like after the championship.
It would be
Does
like,
it break?
Be like a no, I don't think you can. Maybe dent it. I know Gronk dented the Lombardi.
maybe the basketball just falls off off of the Larry O'Brien.
Yeah, something. Who knows? That's all like janky and stuff.
Oh man. Well, that's our last little snippet of college football. Let's go into some guys who are in the league already, and who are the top guys who are playing fantastic this year. We're gonna go over some of the guys who might win the awards. We're not going off of guys who we think the NFL would give it to. We're going off guys who we think should win them. So we're talking about MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player, Defense and Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Coach of the Year. Did I miss any?
No, let's get into it. I mean, this is the last thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's just dive in. Let's go with MVP. It's between two guys for me, Mahomes and Rodgers. I'd give it to Rodgers just because of the lack of supporting cast.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll give it to Rodgers. If he had a stinker last week, I feel like that would have been big for me personally. I love what he showed. He came out and he took care of business. I like Rodgers winning it. Mahomes, I know he's had an amazing season, and I hate to judge someone off of just what they have, and it's not really his fault that he has Andy Reid and Tyreek Hill and all these weapons and Travis Kelce, but hey, that's the cards you've been dealt with. And like you said, Max, Rodgers has just been playing with a lot less. He has Devontae Adams and the tight end that should have made it to the Pro Bowl. That's about it. And I believe his name was Robert Tonyan, the tight end. That's probably their second best guy for receiving purposes.
Oh yeah, it's they're honestly kind of a run first team, and then Rodgers just like dissects them. They're such a weird team because they don't really have a lot of weapons.
So yeah, I got Rodgers winning it. Mahomes, an amazing season. I know a lot of people are going to look at it from the other angle. Do you have any problem if someone did pick Mahomes?
No, they're going to go 14-2 or 15-1, and they've been the best team in football. I have no issue with that.
Issue. It's 1A, 1B to me. Me and Max personally will go with Rodgers just off of basically the weapons that he's working with. That's the main thing that we're going off of. Moving on to, you want to go Offensive Player of the Year, who is really like the kind of like the non-quarterback who wins.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, they always give it to the non-quarterback. Maybe this year they'll actually give it to like one of the quarterbacks just because of how good they've both been. But for me, I would say Derrick Henry, or if Travis Kelce leads the league in receiving, I'd give it to him. I think that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing
for a tight end to do that.
That's a great pick with Travis Kelce. We're 2 for 2 though. I'm on the same boat. I think Smoke Henry should win it, especially if he hits 2,000 yards. It's going to be a great milestone for him. He's
he's a lock.
He's by far the best running back in the league. Is there anyone that's close to him?
No, not close. Maybe someone if they get healthy, but not this year. It's been him by
exactly.
a mile.
He's by far the best guy. Derrick Henry. That's ours. And like we said, Another guy to consider, Travis Kelce. We'll see. Let's go over to.
Let's do the opposite side of the ball. Defensive player.
Yeah,
of the
let's
year.
do. Who you got for that one?
I think T.J. Watt deserves it. I think Myles Garrett, you can make a case for him. And Aaron Donald, obviously, he's all reliable. I don't think Aaron Donald's going to get it. I would give it to Watt or Garrett before I give it to Donald.
You're going off of the voter fatigue.
That, and I feel like the Rams have so many good players on defense, like especially with Jalen Ramsey. Like Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt have just been so good this year. Garrett, if he didn't get COVID, probably would have won it.
Do you really think that?
I really do.
Okay. Well, we're 3 for 3. I have T.J. Watt also. My reasoning for it is they lost Bud Dupree. They're working with the Marcus Allen at linebacker. They lost Devin Bush. Williamson seems to be hurt. Their middle linebackers are dropping like flies. We're always talking about their corners, Joe Hayden and Mike Hilton. They're solid. They're nothing great. They lose T.J. Watt. They're done, in my opinion. I'm going off the most valuable here as far as defense goes. Everything matches up. They're valuable. They're a good team. He has the numbers. He leads the league in sacks. So I'm going with T.J. Watt. Aaron Donald, for me, was more of a candidate than Myles Garrett. It is close. I do like Myles Garrett. One guy's to consider, do you think any of these cornerbacks, maybe Xavier Howard with 9 picks, any consideration?
Not to the he's been good, but I feel like he hasn't been shut down in coverage. He kind of has been more of a ball hawk. What about Marlon Humphrey? He has 8 forced fumbles.
Yeah, that's insane.
He's going to be the first DB since Peanut Tillman.
Wow. He sure does have had that technique down. I'll tell you that much.
That's insane. I went back, and that was 2012 when Peanut Tillman had 10 forced fumbles or something insane. Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah,
it's always like edge rushers.
Yeah, him and Charles Woodson, in my opinion, during that era, were the first guys I seen to start that little punch technique. It's amazing. Almost every defensive player does it nowadays and misses the tackle while at it.
Only the good ones seem to do the tackle and get the ball. Do you want to move on to? I think we should do offensive rookie and defensive rookie together because it's just so clear cut. There's not really a case for anybody else.
Well, maybe the offensive side, but yeah, I agree.
I think Justin Jefferson is 1B to Herbert. I wouldn't be mad if they gave it to Jefferson, honestly, because he's been.
I'll be so pissed. I'll be like, really? You guys are gonna give it to a wide receiver this year when a quarterback is actually worthy of it?
Oh, I get that, but like I said, that's a good angle to consider because usually always quarterbacks who get outshined, but they don't care.
Yeah, and we're obviously talking about Herbert and Chase Young. Though Chase Young's a lock. Who else is close to him?
Yeah, he's been a monster. I don't think anyone's close to him.
And I know he doesn't have necessarily the amazing numbers as far as the sacks go. I believe he only has like 4 sacks.
I think he has like 5.5 or something, but he's been disruptive all year.
It's not that many. It's not like he has double digits. I don't care.
He's disruptive.
Watch the games. Watch football teams' games, and you'll see the most impactful player on that team is Chase Young.
He's so good. He's such a freak. People worry about him more than Montez Sweat. That D-line's good, and he's the engine that runs that D-line. He's amazing. I don't know what else to call it. I hate that he's in my division. He's going to terrorize Andre Dillard and Lane Johnson for 10 years.
Yeah, same thing on the other side with Herbert. I hate the fact that he's in my division. Like we said, we love Justin Jefferson, and I want to give him praise one more time. Great receiver. I wish the Raiders would have traded down and just got him. I was telling Max, as crazy as it sounded, when the Raiders did draft Ruggs, I was happy. I'm not going to lie, just with the whole speed thing. But I was telling Max before the draft, there's so many receivers in the draft this year that I wouldn't mind if the Raiders just traded down and got a guy like Justin Jefferson, because he was my favorite receiver coming out. And a guy that scores that many
He
touchdowns.
was my favorite too. And I just watched him pass him up for a guy who can't catch the ball or get open.
That's tough.
I don't even want. Can we move on, please? It's too painful.
Yeah, man.
I hate
Justin
it.
Jefferson's amazing. What about comeback player of the year? Who do you got for that?
Big Ben, does he count as a
Yeah,
comeback
absolutely.
player? I think so.
Absolutely.
I would say Big Ben would be my pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go against the grain here. This is gonna be our first disagreement. As far as who I see the NFL picking, I do think it's gonna be Big Ben. But who I would pick is Baker Mayfield. I believe Baker.
That's a good
Baker
one.
Mayfield
That's a
is
good
definitely comeback player of the year for me. And if there was a most improved, I feel like it will go to Baker. He's been great this year. He's potentially going to bring the Browns to the damn playoffs since who knows how long. Okay? Any big game that he's had, he's played great. He's done his job. And his numbers are pretty good this year. And even though he didn't come off injury or anything like that, last season they put him in the trash can, okay? He was done. People were already calling him off. They were like, okay, well, Baker, is it the coach or is it Baker? You know, a lot of people lean towards Baker's not that good, okay? And even the beginning of the year, people like me and Max, we were even saying, Baker, he's a game manager. He's nothing. Like, that defense wins all the games for them. Look, he's had some great games after we've said that, and he's proven that he can sling around the ball. We understand that he has a great run game and he works great off the play action, but it's not like he has a clear-cut guy like DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams. And yeah, Juice Landry is good, but look at Landry's numbers. They're not that great. Okay, I don't even think he has 1,000 yards this year. So he spreads the ball around and they run the ball, and he does great, man. I got Baker. That's my pick for comeback player of the year.
That's a great one. I didn't think of that one, but man, it looks like it's probably going to be one of the two quarterbacks from that division.
Maybe Alex Smith. The only reason, maybe if Alex Smith wins this game, that really does boost his chances.
That's another good one too. But I feel like he might win it just because of how bad it was. Now you're saying that, man, I wish I kind of.
The only thing that scares me with Alex Smith is the games played. He hasn't really played that many games.
That's exactly why I didn't really consider him. But I think the last one we have is Coach of the Year, right?
Coach of the Year. Who do you got, Max?
I got Sean McDermott from Buffalo. That's my guy. The Buffalo Bills were good last year, and they've really taken that next step to the upper echelon of teams. They were going to win their division. I got Buffalo.
I love it.
I mean, I got Sean McDermott. Excuse me.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Sean McDermott pick. I'm gonna go against the grain here again, just for the sake of it. And I have no problem if they gave it to this guy, and I do feel like he does deserve it. I'm gonna go with Stefanski from Cleveland, another Cleveland Brown. Look, first year head coach. He loses his best receiver in Odell Beckham. Okay, there was a couple weeks where he didn't have Nick Chubb. Okay, he had to deal with all the COVID problems, like losing Myles Garrett to COVID, and just a lot of things servicing this team. Just, you know, I bring back to it with the whole Baker talk for the comeback player of the year. No one really expected anything from this team. No one expected them to go 10-6 or whatever they're gonna go. 11-5, 10-6, whatever they go. No one expected this, okay? Except for maybe people in Cleveland. That's about it. I love Stefanski, and it brings on top of he's a first-year guy to top it all off. So I got Stefanski for the award. I love the McDermott pick.
Did Stefanski fought through more adversity, than McDermott. And I mean, obviously honorable mention Andy Reid, 15-1, 14-2, and Mike Tomlin, but I'd give it to Stefanski more than those two, but I would think McDermott deserves it.
Yeah, McDermott deserves it as far as the record wise too, because there is a possibility in there that Cleveland doesn't make it. So that will hurt
Well,
them.
the Browns had a bigger leap, though, than Buffalo.
Yeah, way
though.
bigger
That's
leap.
why I see what you're saying.
And it's just hard, man, because what we've seen from Josh Allen, we didn't even mention Josh Allen in the MVP talk. It's just because of how great Mahomes and Rodgers have been. But look, Josh Allen has looked amazing. If Mahomes and Rodgers didn't exist, he's winning that thing.
He's the third guy I would say on my ballot, even though we don't do ballots in the NFL. Sorry, Russ, no MVP votes for you this year. You kind of fell off.
Look, yeah, Russ stopped cooking. Like we said, he ran out of ingredients.
Oh yeah, stopped cooking a long time ago. He stopped cooking in Arizona that first game.
Oh man, but yeah, we for the most part the awards are kind of, they're kind of set in stone. I really don't feel like there's that much like guys in the air to really debate about besides the MVP talk. But like we said, I go, both guys deserve it. Would you mind if they split the MVP?
No, I would not. Not at all. I wish they would do that more often. I feel like there's a lot of splitting of awards that could happen. I wouldn't be mad at any of it. Like Herbert and Jefferson split that one. I wouldn't be mad at that one.
Yeah, not mad at all. That's about it for the awards. The other thing that we want to get to, you guys, we want to do it at some point, maybe even next episode. Me and Max want to pick our own personal opinion on all pros.
I'm so down.
Yeah, we're gonna get that to you guys. We maybe we'll do second teamers. To be honest, now that I'm thinking of it, we might do second teamers just because me and Max are the type of dudes like we wanna give guys their props, even though it just sucks. Some guys' position is just stacked, So we'll probably do first teams and second teamers. We'll probably leave out third teamers, but that's gonna be exciting. We'll pick out our all pros. That's really, me and Max put more value in an all pro vote from the NFL than Pro Bowler.
Oh, absolutely. Pro Bowl is a joke. Just want to say that one more time. Pro Bowl is a joke.
So, from you saying that, I'm guessing you're not going to watch the Madden tournament that they're going to have for the Pro Bowl.
No, not watching that. Wouldn't even watch if they all played flag football.
Oh, my goodness. I'm convinced I think me and Max can beat all those players in Madden.
Not even close. Not even close. I whoop all of them. I whoop Jalen Richard. You whoop Jalen Richard. I'll whoop anybody in Madden.
Hey, man, leave Jalen out of it, all right? We both whooped on Jalen Richard in Madden.
We have to get easy on him. Stop usering.
Oh, man. Great episode, Max. You want to call it here?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, bro. Send us home.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us once again. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Just want to voice this again. We are on all social media platforms and streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. That is at Max&JuanCast. And for Instagram and Twitter, that is at Max_JuanCast.
Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys had a happy holiday season, and hopefully we're going to have a better 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. Let's watch this great weekend of sports, and let's just have a better 2021.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Do you want me to give you the last piece of terrible news from 2021? Please. Like, I'm serious. MF Doom died today.
Oh,
like right now, that's reported.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm so dead ass.
Oh my goodness, man.
My girlfriend texted me and told me. I was just like, wow, that's terrible.
I hope it's a hoax.
We both love him. It's not. His girlfriend went on his account, and he died October 31st. It's not even recently.
Oh my goodness.
It sucks, bro. I'm sorry to end it like that, but man,
he died on Halloween?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Shout out to MF Doom. Oh my goodness.
Condolences to the family, just everything.
Yeah, man.
We both like him a lot. Most people don't even know who he is.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. He's one of my and Max's favorite hip hop artist, man. Definitely playing MF Doom for the outro. No freaking doubt.
Maybe for a while.
Hopefully
we'll keep it like that.
2021 bring good things. Everyone out there, be safe for your New Year's and be safe for the whole new year, man. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. We're out, man.
Later, y'all. Be safe.
Hey, yo, y'all can't stand right here. In his right hand was your man's worst nightmare. Loud enough to burst his right eardrum close range. The game is not only dangerous, but it's most strange. I sell rhymes like dimes. The one who mostly keep cash but brag about the